Welcome, beautiful, sensitive souls. Welcome to March. I'm grateful that you're here. And if you take the time to watch this video, I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch this. Time is going crazy these days, don't you feel? Like sometimes it feels like it's completely speeding up. Other times it feels like it's really slowing down. It's doing crazy things, this time thing. So I welcome you to March. And today I want to bring through some messages and light codes that would most assist, serve, and support us in the highest, best way through the March energetics, whatever we're stepping into. I don't know what's happening this year, but it's going crazy. It is wild. I always talk about this roller coaster ride we're on in this ascension journey as we awaken to more of who we are and release all that we're not and break up all this density that we're here to, so we can emerge more fully as our unique source expression in form, through form, and bring more unity consciousness, really evolve into this new earth frequency. It is a roller coaster ride and a crazy process, but this year 2024 has been more wild than I've experienced before. Just when you think you're getting used to being uncomfortable and getting used to this process and all that it involves, we're taken to new levels, right? New levels of awareness, new levels of breakthroughs, expansion, and new depths of clearing the gunk, clearing the old, meeting the deepest wounds, and also meeting the energetics that are not in support of this process. So all in all, it's taking more strength, more resiliency, more inner power, more trust, more believing in our capability, in the wisdom that's held within us that wants to come through, and trusting that and drawing upon all that strength, that boldness, that fire, that courage to move through this process, to meet obstacles. All obstacles are here to help us. Of course, all of this is here to help us. None of it, there's nowhere that source is not, let's say. So even in all that would seem in opposition, or would seem in separation, would seem an illusion, of course, ultimately everything is of source, and everything is here to help us heal, grow, evolve, and expand. So when we meet these deeper pains and wounds, it's always so we can grow more and develop our strength, develop our mastery. And I keep feeling like us light workers are sensitives who have always felt the weak ones, the ones who have been put aside and seen as too sensitive snowflakes, and all of the derogatory terms that are used for those who are more in our hearts, more in touch with the energetic nuances of this world, who are here really in service to this time of ascension and collective global awakening, and grounding and anchoring these new earth frequencies that we all want to live in. It's our time to step up, as I keep saying, into more of our strength and boldness and fire and courage to ride these waves and this roller coaster ride with much more resiliency and strength we never knew we could have, because it's not a mental thing. So the strength that we're drawing upon is like this spiritual strength and fortitude, and it takes a really dedicated soul to choose this journey. But the thing is, you can't turn back. You can't say, oh, I'm coming off the ride, thanks very much. Just stop the ride, I'm getting off, because we're here, we chose it. And this is the time to revel in that, be appreciative and grateful for it. And however challenging this journey is, to give thanks that we're still alive, we're still here, we chose this path, and all that it seems like adversity, challenge, deep sort of turmoil within and without, is all fortifying us, strengthening us, preparing us for what's coming ahead. Because I believe that as we are really shifting our frequency, elevating our frequency, as the planet is doing amazing things at the moment. All the dragon lines are merging together over this year, If you know Rory Duff's work, it's incredible what's happening. And I've been really feeling this. I've been really accessing this new energy, which I'll maybe come on to later, that, you know, is holding and supporting us through this process. You know, we are the ones who are anchoring this new frequency, and the frequency is rising. So our frequency that has been feeling immensely uncomfortable because we've been coming into this polarized, seemingly polarized reality that feels very jarring, very harsh, very challenging, as those around us don't seem to be awake, or whatever you might say. I have this feeling that as we emerge into more fully who we are and develop all the strength and fortitude and the gifts that come with this process of coming into more mastery, self-mastery, and to, you know, go through this ascension process into more who we are, we're the ones who are holding this new frequency. So as this process is happening, the ones who are not willing to take this journey with us, who are resisting the process, who are determined to stay in the old ways, in the old systems that are collapsing, they're the ones who are going to be feeling really uncomfortable. And we're kind of seeing that happening. You just look around at the people who are having emotional outbursts and acting out against others, still really like fighting to hold these lower frequencies in place that are dissolving. So we're the ones who are going to be feeling kind of more stable in a way, because we're holding that frequency and we're bringing that frequency up. So those who choose to stay on a lesser frequency, and as I'm explaining this, I really don't like this way because it sounds hierarchical and judgmental, and I don't mean that at all. Because everyone is playing a part, everyone has a perfect part to play, no matter what we might judge as right or wrong, or not ascended enough, or not awakened enough. You know, you have to give everyone the right to have free will and to choose their own journey. So I'm not saying this from a place of judgment, just from a place of, we're the ones who are choosing to do the work, who are choosing to meet the wounds and to meet the density, to come more into our hearts and bring that heart frequency, bring, you know, that Christ crystal unity consciousness to the world, and not engage with that which is trying to obscure and keep us out of that and keep us in division. You know, this journey is keeping us like so much more here in our hearts, in our center, that we're like we're becoming so it's really hard to put this into words. I hope you're following me. We're just becoming that which we want to see, right? We're embodying that which is the higher consciousness. This is why it feels so uncomfortable, because we've chosen to embody it, not just jump out and go somewhere else. So we're jumped in to this experience. We're the ones who are being cheered on by the non-physical realms, because we chose to do this through the physical body. Not that we are just the body, but through this physical vessel is a big task, especially for you starseeds who are with me, who are particularly challenged by being in physical form. Believe me, I know. I don't know if I've spoken about my journey, but I had chronic fatigue for 3 decades. I was riddled with all sorts of illnesses and ailments when I was younger. Everything hurt. Everything was challenging. Everything was depleting to me. I felt completely shut down and overwhelmed by life. But I've come through that now, because I've dug in, done the work, and I was here to hold this higher frequency, like many of you are, which is why I create these videos for people like me. So we're the ones who chose this time of challenge and turmoil and this excitement of this amazing time in evolution as humans, as multidimensional beings, having a human experience and expression as source consciousness, to go through this roller coaster ride, to be on this ride. We chose to be it. And I feel like this is our time of emergence. So I'm feeling for March. So that's the February this year. It's been so much purging, so much release, so much turmoil as we go through these last phases of this cycle of purge, release, purification. So March is almost like a bridge month, isn't it? Because March bridges into spring and bridges into the energies of Aries, the new beginning of the zodiac cycle of the spring equinox, of all these eclipse energies, and Pisces is the endings. And so we're in this really interesting time as we go into March. And there's this saying that I'm just trying to remember about spring we have in England, that in March, I wish I could remember exactly, but it's something like, this is quite typical of England. During March, we have real extremes of weather where the wind can blow really cold from the east, and we can get really cold wintry days, but we can also get really hot, almost summer-like days. And the saying is something like, when the sun shines, we're in summer, but when the wind comes or when it's cold, you feel like you're back in winter. And so I feel like that is very apt for March. I mean, it's always March energies in the season, but it almost feels like that's what we're going through. You know, when we still stuck in the old season of winter, we feel the cold, we feel the contraction, but then the sun comes in, the light codes come in, and then we're emerging into spring and feeling the summer energy. And so it's this push-pull still, because we're still evolving into this new consciousness. You know, we're still matching our frequency to it, this fifth dimensional consciousness. And so this is a really exciting time, and I'm intrigued to see how March is going to be. And I'm feeling, let me just feel, we're getting all kind of excited now. Okay, let's just feel. Yeah, so this is emergence, but it's also a deep will to continue, a deep trust in our purpose, an unwavering trust and dedication and devotion to not getting distracted, not getting pulled off our path, to keep walking forward and to be laser focused, but in a way that is progressive and has a lot of movement to it. So I'm feeling like the energy of this movement, a forward movement, and this kind of fiery energy driving us, propelling us forward, yet at the same time it's this dynamic flow. So we're in this pulsing forward, but in a way that is also surrendered, because we can't go off, because this is divinely destined. So it's aligning with our destiny and knowing that as we're propelled forward, and yes, through our actions, through aligned action, through inspiration, but with this, I'm feeling like quite a fiery energy coming through, which is interesting because it's Pisces and it's water. But so I guess that's the water and fire together, right? It's like this forward movement and unwavering focus and trust in ourselves, trust in our path, trust in our purpose, and staying focused and allowing ourselves to emerge into something we don't know yet, allowing that this mystery seed that's been planted within us, that's been sprouting, putting down roots throughout the winter and is emerging, and we don't know what that plant is. It's like, oh, you found this mystery seed packet and it's kind of got this mixed seed mix in it and you don't know what it is, and you've planted it, and then oh, you're looking at the I don't know, you can tell I'm a gardener and I'm totally into nature and gardening. So I've done this, and you look at the sprouts, the first leaves that come up, and you can't really tell from the first two leaves that come up. And then as the seed that starts to produce, the plant starts to produce its full true leaves, you're like, oh, what is that? What is that? What is that? That happened last year to me, actually. There's some tomatoes that I grew had self-seeded, and you know, where the tomatoes had dropped and they'd gone into another pot and they came up in spring, and I was like racking my brains thinking, what are these plants? What are these plants? And eventually I realized that they were cherry tomato plants. So I had bonus cherry tomatoes. But that you know, I felt excited watching this plant emerge, that I didn't really know what it was, but it didn't need to know. You know, I didn't need to know, just to watch this thing growing and to tend to it and water those seeds and allow that emergence to happen, which will eventually produce fruit, even though at the time I didn't know what fruits they're going to be. And this is what's happening with us. We are emerging into something new. For this last month, I've been getting glimpses of this. And as you know, I'm a starseed, and I have access to a lot of cosmic frequencies and beings. And something really interesting has been happening this last month, where I feel like I've been integrating or merging with those aspects of me from other lifetimes, from my soul, you would say history, but other lifetimes, where I've had to sort of heal the wounding around that time in my soul history. And it almost feels like I've been going back, but I'm not quite sure, but it feels so vast. But I've actually felt these aspects of me kind of embody. So the parts of me that are Andromedan, for example, I've been really like this month, actually, I have been embodying a lot of my Andromedan aspects. I mean, I've known for years I'm an Andromedan starseed, but these are like new aspects. And then I was walking down the lane yesterday, and I was starting to sing these songs, and I'm feeling this new frequency coming through. And I was like, what is this? And I was hearing like Sheliak. And I was like, what's that? And that really feels familiar. And then I realized it's related to the Vega star system, and that's me integrating more of my Lyran aspects, which is my moon. My moon is in Sheliak of Vega, and my sun is other parts of Lyra. So there's all these parts of me that are like I'm bringing all those aspects in, and as I do, the light language comes through. That frequency is like embodied, and I'm able to transmit that frequency by integrating those aspects of my multidimensionality. So I feel that my multidimensionality is just becoming more and more embodied. So there's less separation. So it's not like there's me human and then there's me starseed, or me, my Lyran guides, for example. There's less separation. So it's more like I am becoming that aspect all in this human expression here, and including other lifetimes as well. I mean, it's so crazy. Sometimes I sit there thinking I'm spinning like 20 plates at once. There's so much going on, ancestral stuff going on. There's all the star stuff going on, the galactic stuff, all the energetic warfare stuff going on. I mean, there's just so much. But yeah, this real emergence into our multidimensionality, really living that. And so I'm really intrigued to see what light codes are going to come through in a minute, because this is what I've been integrating. So I've got some new dialects come through that I've been integrating. Not just integrating, I've been sitting in meditation and visualizing, actually seeing those aspects of me, that energy, feeling that tone, that frequency that is becoming embodied to be expressed. So it's a really exciting time, and I'm sure that many of you are going through this, and this is what so many of us are going through, but not really speaking about it. And I'm sure there are thousands and thousands of us who are, really embodying our multidimensionality and bringing that to the world. And that's really part of us coming into more oneness, in the sense that our immense diversity, each of our individual uniqueness, is now being included. So there's less separation between what we perceive as our human and our multidimensionality, or us and spirit, or this and that, inner, outer. All these, like, even with Gaia, I'm feeling such connection to Gaia, more than I ever have done. And that's what I was mentioning quickly earlier. I feel like I've been accessing these sort of beautiful, like, it's really connected to water. I'm able to really access the memory within water and bring that through song, and bring that through words, just from tuning into the energy of the water, and just from tuning into the energy of the stream, or the oak, or the whatever it is. And we can all do this because that separation isn't there so much. So we can draw upon that wisdom from our other aspects in other lifetimes, from different plants, from the elements. It's all here. There is no separation. So we're beginning to know and realize and access this vast intelligence that is within us. And I believe that is through the heart, because when it's like our cosmic stargate, that we can access all that is. when we can really be in that 0 point, when we can really be in our heart center. So it's very, you can see my energy was speeding up as I was talking about March. So that's an indication of the energies of March, this speeding up and emergence. So it's very exciting. So let's see what light codes want to come through to support this process. So let me just sink into my heart. Ikitena katika ishwata ko ikwatikena shia katokor shwana kakata kata 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 orianisha katika na kashwana wana tikera na katoko ishwatika na kashwa wa ikitika na kashwa wa ikira na katoko tokor shwatika na kasha Ariakinia katika shwania kana atakinia kanisia akwani kishia ni kira na kasha okuria na katika na kashia na katachwata kanoshwa. So I forgot to say, as I'm bringing that through, that if you want to receive this transmission, please allow yourself time to receive it, or press pause and come back to it another time. It might just seem like crazy language, but it's actually a transmission of codes that can, affect your energy field. So please stay centered in your heart, feel your feet on the ground. And if you would like to receive this transmission, I invite you to take out 5-10 minutes, however long this is going to be, to receive it. And this is to support you through the energetics of March. And whatever that is for you, I've already done my prep work and set my intentions, and this is really to assist and serve you in the highest, best way for your highest good, honoring your soul's journey. Thank you. Ikitikana kataka atokoto itikara shwatakana kataka shwatakana kataka shwatania kataka shwana wana akira na kataka tokoto itikara takara shwat what ikitikana kataka shwatoko koto irana kata ishwana arana katara na katorena sha. Atiki shinia katoponia katawachwat akwatiki shiana kataka shwat what Ikitikana kattakara shwattaka what. Ikirana kattakara shwatto koiani kishienaka wak. Akattakara kotto koshwania kattakara shwattiniaka. Akwatiki nishiana kata kotto koshwaniaka na. Ottokora shwattiki inia shwat what. Oriani kishiniana kattaka shwana. Adiana kitikara shwatto kotto shwattaka adnikitikara shwatto kotto shwania. Ania kishiniaka wana kunawaka. Okitikira kwatiki shinianaka. Iaranaka, otukashpetiki inikatara shwatoko tiketika shwatoko nyakata atikira shwatania, akitikira nakashwaniaka, akianaka shwaniaka, kwa, itikira nakataka atukto hisha, ikiranaka, otukrashwano. Atikira nakatakara shwatoko ishwania, harianaka, otukorianiki shinianaka. Hashiana kiranaka shwat unu. Arianaka iranaka shwania karanaka shwa. Ariana koria kishiti ana koria nakaria. Aquaria ni kishiri nakara koria nakashwania. Akira nakashwania nakara nakoya ha. Ikira nanoshwa. Akira nanoshwa. O Ariani Shannon Koyana Iani Anu Shwania Karana Shanio Koreanaka Oto Korea di Shiranaka Oto Korea Nikishianaka Akira Nakara Nakoshwania ha 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 Oto Korea Nikishira Katakra Huto Koshwana Ikira Nakashwana Oto Korea Nikishina Ariana Koshwania, Ariana Koshwania, Ariana Koshwania, Yitikira Nakashwania, Karana Koshwana. Atishera katokoria nakatiki shitiki irana katikera shwata ania. Akia tikira nakatoko tokoria nikishia ka. Akotikere nikitir shwatokoria nikishia kotokoshwana. Akira nakatakra shwatokoto koto 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 koto. Ariana kotokoshwania ha ha ha. Otokore nikishia nakata nia katakatoko tokatira shwatikenisha. Atikera nakoshwa wa 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 wa. Atikira Nakashwania. Yeah, so I've been reminded I've been connecting a lot with these rainbow frequencies recently and feeling that we are becoming like, I know we always are the rainbow bridge, but it's like this is really, like really, I'm seeing almost like this merging or some kind of solidifying. It's not really solidifying, but just feeling like this, we are the rainbow, right? And these rainbow crystalline codes just really getting amplified in our fields. And what was coming through then, that real energy shift from the cosmic to this beautiful stream that I'm feeling, this mother water, mother cosmic flow. That's all I can describe it as. All I keep hearing is mothers, 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 mother energy. And it's water and it's cosmic and it's flowing. And it feels like it's just flowing through song, through tone, through, oh, it just feels beautiful. I don't know if you can feel it. Atikira nakashwano koria nakashinia na nakaria nakoshwania ha ha ha. Okotkere nishia ni nikira nakashwania ha ha ha. Otikira nakashinia. Otokroshwana, 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 otokroshwania ka. So now I'm feeling like I'm feeling real green energy, like green, emerald green. So we're going through such profound shifts. This is coming back to the, you know, what Gaia is going through in her evolution, all the ley lines that are merging, and the like crystalline grid that is just pulsing and moving and really shifting. And this is affecting us massively. Also, of course, the reduction of the electromagnetic field and also the influx of all these cosmic energies and solar light codes and all the photonic stuff. I can't remember all the terminology, but there's a lot coming in because the electromagnetic field is as reducing. I think that's what's happening. And so we're just receiving so much from the cosmos. This is why the separations becoming less, because literally the veil is literally dissolving, and so we have access to, and I'll realize not just we have access to cosmic frequencies and this vast matrix of intelligence, but we are that. You know, we are the flower of life. And so more now than ever before, we can tap into that one aspect of the flower of life and know we're connected to all that is, and just draw upon that frequency of Gaia, the frequency of water, the frequency of Lyra, the frequency of Andromeda, the frequency of Antares, the frequency of the oak tree, right? Yeah, I'm going to close it because I think I could probably go on and on and on today. It feels exciting. It feels really very expansive, but also deeply grounded at the same time. It feels like centered. I'm feeling, I just want to share this before I close, that I'm feeling, it's very hard to put into words what I'm feeling, because I've been for a while very centered through my heart and had real heart awakening, and a lot of what I do is really about really coming deep into the heart and being in that oneness, unity consciousness, and everything then recalibrating from that place, and regular daily practice. You know, in my weekly meditation, I do the heart coherence, which is sort of heart math based stuff, but really it's so much more than that, accessing through the stargate of our heart, cosmic consciousness, our multidimensionality, as well as bringing this harmonic frequency through our energy fields and to the world through these group meditations. And I'm feeling less kind of this linear, although we do have this central column, obviously, I'm feeling it's kind of, we're not so much sort of earth then heaven. We're not so sort of, you know, that separation is reducing as well. So it's like through the central point of the heart, we access all that is, and that sort of is less of above and below. It's less of within, without. It's just here. It's all here. I don't know if that makes sense. So keep coming back to your hearts, because this is the frequency of New Earth. This is fifth dimensional consciousness that we're all coming into. Bit by bit, through this turbulent journey, we are emerging as one. So thank you for being here. I hope this transmission assisted and supported you in the highest best way. I love you being here. I'd love your comments to hear about what you're going through, what you're feeling about March. I'd love your feedback and anything you experience with the light language, and any comments. And if you feel resonant, you know, if this feels good to you, please do subscribe and like. And also, please join my Heart Haven meditation every week if that feels something that really excites you and, you know, you want to be part of. It's a really beautiful weekly space where I lead a group on Zoom through a heart-based meditation to help us ground, center, feel more embodied, safe in our bodies, connected. So it's really helps our nervous systems, which is what's really needed during these times. Helps us really stay in our center, come back to heart, come back to our bodies, listen to the wisdom within, and bring this beautiful group heart field together, which obviously is shifting consciousness as well. So it's lovely. I also have a free light language diamond crystalline light body activation, which is a beautiful one if you would like access to that. And I'm also going to be a speaker in an upcoming symposium in April, which is really wonderful. It's a beautiful group of, well, it's called Elders of the New Earth. So it's really a group of us bringing our wisdom and our shared thoughts, or individual thoughts together, shared to really tap into the energies of New Earth, what's emerging, what we're feeling about it. So that's really exciting. So I'll put the details below. It's free to sign up. So I'll put those details below. So thank you for being here. I will see you shortly. Lots of love. Take care.